Hello, comrades. It's Premier Rever, and we are back again at Neuve Revergrad. And not much has changed since the last episode. I just paused time because I'm really nervous about our money. In real life and in the game, I'm doing these episodes back to back. So if I didn't respond to any comments, that's the reason. About the only thing I did with time pause was just go around and make sure our construction offices were reasonably busy so that we could spend time, and at least that wouldn't be a problem. A little concerned about traffic issues that might be going on, but we've got in the last episode we got our electrical grid straightened out, and really want to keep moving primarily towards our big goal of getting the steel mills going. At this point we've kind of got a bit of a waste of energy to some degree with all these trains running around making power that's really not being used all that much. As a matter of fact, why is this guy, he's not even making any pollution, it looks like. Now, why don't you, is it just one of those? Yeah, I think it's just one of those, because we don't have a pump out of here, like it is actually flowing in, it's just using it as fast as it, unless you have the mechanical conveyor transfer, it just puts in the bare amount, but it is running at minimal production because I think we're just not using that much. Like if you look, this one's got a high percentage. So once we get these power lines built and connected, we should be going good. Now remember, these power lines are going to go all the way up here and connect, and so we'll see. But anyway, so we should keep moving towards this goal. One thing I did that was a little design worthy, I decided to just shove a dirt temporary road over to here. I don't necessarily want them crossing like this, and I don't see any real way. Like eventually I want to get rid of this whole section of road, right? That's like here. That makes sense. But this will be a good temporary. I don't see myself building a bridge because really this is all just about the construction, and once the construction starts up, I don't think it's going to be bad for them to go out the other way. But right now my problem is like this bridge is really holding it up. Like we're making better progress into the food supplies which is fine, but I just wanted another way to get in here and start building some of these roads so that we could start getting our construction supplies over here, And then I also realized that I don't think I cooked this section up to anything else. So I built another road. This one crosses the tracks. I know that's not ideal, but it's only crossing the construction office tracks, right? So once, to me, that's sort of a temporary thing, but then it ties in here before this bridge and these bridges. So, it's not the most efficient layout that you ever saw, like as far as, where they're going to have to drive a distance to get into here. But again, it's all sort of temporary. And then the more important thing is that this will be a long-term, food and meat and all those things, and that'll be a relatively quick shot over to the city. So our construction will suffer a little bit, but that's okay, right? It's not the end of the world. The biggest issue with the construction, it'll slow us down a little bit, but then the other side is that they're going to get their people from the city here, right? And that, as we expand and construct other places, that's usually your biggest limiting factor, is how far workers will travel. So I feel pretty good, even though it's not the perfect design in some ways, that we shouldn't be too hamstrung by it. So anyway, I put a little road in so we get done faster. That's the bottom line. Other than that, we are making really good progress down here. As far as we are now building just on this road. So we've got this connected up, right? Now, we won't be able to do this, but we can do this from the other construction office, which I'm kind of willing to do in this case because there's no trains on this one. So, if you look, we've already built this track up to like here. So it's just a matter of getting this one built. Now, are we causing signaling problems? Yes. Yeah, there's a bit of a signaling. There's no signal in between here and there. So just the fact that these guys are on it, it's going to stop that other guy from getting in there, but we'll see. I'm not too worried right now. And the other guy should be building around the loop here. Yep. Yeah, he's not quite done yet. So we'll see. As long as they're not causing traffic jams, right? Like I don't want them to stop that. I really need to get that oil. Oh, is our money shooting up? Yeah, where is our oil guy? Like I've said before in the past episodes, this is our money maker. Now our money's going up because we got rid of that traffic jam at the very end. So some of those materials, you know, we do sell lumber and, you know, we do sell some other things besides this fuel. This fuel is just the big one. So how are we doing? Well, we got a train sitting over here and we are running. We don't have a huge amount of coal, but at least we have a coal processing. So we're back to at least as good as we were before. Hopefully our new system will be even more efficient. But we just, no matter what we do this episode, I really kind of need to keep an eye on that. Part of me just wants to shut this guy down anyway. But we'll see. I mean, 2 million is still a fair amount of money. And at least we know we can cut it off like very quickly. And, you know, I don't want to get down below 1 million. Let's put it that way. If we're above 2, I'm okay with it, but nervous in case I don't pay attention. So what do we want to do this episode? I think what we should really do is think about the last thing we need to do. We got electric over to here. Well, not got it here, but got it all planned, and they're busily working on all these different power lines that we had assigned. The big thing that I think we need to do is get people over to here, right? And I was looking at this, and I really don't want to interfere with this track in the long run. Like, in other words, if we do have the need to cut through with a train, right? I don't really want them interfering with the passenger trains, and I don't want an intersection like right here. And I really don't particularly even want them sharing this section of track from there to there. So what I think, and I think this is as good a time as any to think about a railroad bridge that would go over this road and would go over this railroad track and then turn somewhere that it makes sense and then tie in this way. So let's the other thing I was looking at here is we should be able to get rid of this, well, this portion of the dirt road. It's just a dirt road anyway. So if we came here, I think we can. You won't level? Why won't you level? Okay, maybe you don't need to level. I didn't like the way that was, but right, and then we can come here, get rid of that. Well, we might even be able to tighten that up even more, right? That was kind of ugly anyway. Yeah, let's tighten this up a bunch more. And we'll go here because I don't want to. All right, so we'll do like, will you connect? Yeah. You go like that. Good. All right, so that should be a lot better for clearance on this track. We'll bring this track kind of right by this guy. So what I'm picturing is, let's not do the demolish tool anymore. All right, and I think I want to put on my wireframe just so I can, make it nice and straight. All right, now how does that line look? Yeah, I don't think we'd go through here. Yeah, now, you know what? Let's go. Really? Oh, don't tell me that's not tall enough. Really? You're kidding me, right? No, you're not kidding me. All right, you know what? Yeah, as painful as this is going to be, yeah, is there no other way in there? Yeah. Yeah, because we still need to get people over to our firehouse, right? And it would be an awful long drive for them if they didn't have this bridge. But I can't let that bridge stand there. Like, the frustrating thing is, look, we got a railroad track underneath of it. But I really need to destroy that bridge and rebuild it taller. If I can't get a railroad track underneath, it just doesn't do me hardly any good. Or let's do this. It might be a little bit cheaty. Let's go over to roads. Yeah, see, I'm going to demolish the whole damn thing, so I might as well just rebuild the whole thing. Unbelievable. All right, let's come here and go 1, 2, 3, and see, we weren't. Let's make sure we get past this one. Yeah, can I just get all the way? Yeah. Let's see if we can't make it. Are we lined up? Right? But how much would that cost? 1 million or $3.5 million. So now I think what we want to do, at least temporarily, is, can I get off of there? Let's just do, I hate to kind of create a new, yeah, and that's going to be a problem too. Well, they need to go over to the fire station. Right, so let's see, can we... Yeah, we'll make this work. It's, you know, as long as you force it through that one spot, you should be okay. All right, just a temporary road so that at least, yeah, at least they can get there. So let's commit to all of that. And then I know you were working on electrical stuff, but yeah, now does this guy pick up those jobs? Let's make sure he's going to help. Yeah, make sure you help with that. And then let's, yeah, stop working on all the electrical things and get back to working on that bridge. All right, so you can work on that. And then, yeah, that's another little section right there. Let's see, let's get this guy. I want to cancel everything. I guess you can. No, I don't know if you can cancel it. Whatever. Can you cancel all of them at once without having to? All right, so we can easily go reassign those things, right? So we're gonna get this guy to work on that little section, and then we'll come back. Well, we'll be working right over here anyway, right? So now the thing to look at is, yeah, actually now that did straighten out where I wanted to go. All right, now will you come down straight through here? Yeah. How about your partner? Yep. There we go. All right, well that's a bit painful, but yeah, definitely go 3 high. Don't I don't know what I was thinking or doing, or I don't know. I always go 3 high, I think. But I guess I thought because it went across this one that I could get more across there, but whatever, it's okay. And you know, with this game, it's kind of hard to cheat, right? Unless I went back in time to an old save, but that was so long ago that yeah, that's not an option. Like other games, you can kind of cheat your way through past those situations, right? All right, so let's start time back up again. All right, very good. All right, so now I still want the wireframe one because I think what I want to do now is we don't need this track anymore per se. Like in other words, we still need to be able to get trains in and out of here, but we really never used it, right? We stuck all the trains in through this way anyhow. So let's go ahead and delete some of this. Well, most of this. Like I want to delete, oh, you know what? Is this how we're getting power in now? No, we should be getting power from the other side, so we should be okay. All right, so let's delete. Oops, here. I'm gonna delete all of this. delete this. Fire extinguished, that's good. I didn't even know anything was on fire. Yeah, I think we'll delete at least some of that. Now, you know, would we be better off with the road going over or the tracks going over? I mean, the road is up in the air there, isn't it? Is there another way in? Yes, there is. Alright, so we're gonna, once that truck gets off the road, let's pause it so we can just delete without... Oh, yeah, it's gonna mess up our construction of the other one. Are you... come on, get back off the road. But I think we're still gonna delete there, and we're gonna... Yeah, and then we also have this little issue, but yeah, let's see if we can get a bridge up in the air quick enough. All right, so let's see, just so no other trucks get on there. Yeah, put that back. What I want to do to make this a little bit more user-friendly in a sense is... Can I lower tool? Yes, I can. Yeah, so we're gonna... This guy's a little up in the air in a sense anyway, right? You know what? Let's just do road leveling. Yeah, I don't think you're... Right, does that make sense? We'll... built, and then well, that really lowered it a lot, didn't it? Alright, that's good enough. Let's see. Can we get 2 railroad tracks through there? I think we can. But we don't want to go too far because at a certain point here, just when we're past that, yep, that's just when we're past that. So let's take another one. I'm kind of redoing what was already there to some degree. So this will be, now here's a question. This is going to be a backwards track, right? Because like normally it's left and right, so do we want to switcheroo here? Yeah, I think we do. Like in other words, yeah, we'll go back to here. See, can we? As awkward as this is, I think what we want to do is something like this. Right? Because yeah, and that'll be fine. We'll just have to have like an intersection there. But like in other words, I want to keep these guys on the right. Now, or even do I? Does it make a difference up here, right? Like, you know what? Do we even have... I don't have a train station. I have a train station here, but I don't have a train station... We're going to need to put a train station in here. I'm just wondering, remember how we had the problem of who needs the most people? And the coal is going to need a lot of people. I think we're just going to have to handle this one. Like, in other words, does it make sense to send people a certain way and all that stuff? Like right to left. You know how we had to reverse it? But I'm just not going to worry about that. I'll keep them right to left like they should be. And if that wasn't the right decision, I'll regret it later. But I hope that makes sense, that this way they can come in this way on the right-hand track and go back out the left-hand track. I guess I could... Oh, you know what we could do? I could switch it up here, maybe. There's not much room to switch it, though. All right, let's see... let's build a railroad bridge. Make sure that's what we do. 1, 2, 3, right? There we go. Short as possible. Make these legs as wide as possible. And I think a little bit like there, right? Can we go? How far did it take to get up? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we're gonna have to go down. Oh, are you missing? There we go. All right, as short as possible. Kind of straight, yes. So what I was thinking of is yeah, I don't know. Nah, I'm not really going to be able to switch like I was hoping. I was hoping to be able to like flip this guy, or one of, you know what I mean, like flip him underneath of there. Like, nah, forget that. We'll just. I don't think it's that big a deal to do what we did. What's wrong? Too steep. Really? All right, let's see. Can we delete this? And then let's level this a little bit. You won't really level right there, will you? Can we raise you up just a tad, like on this side? All right, let's see if that. Right? Yeah. Alright, so let's see. Can we go over to here? Yes. Yes. Alright, so now our only issue is this road, and we got a bus on it, which is let's play forward a little time. Oh, God, he's going the other way. Alright, let's see. Can we delete, obviously, some of this? We're not going to really be able to make that turn too well, are we? So let's see, can we go back? Yeah, I like the idea of leaving at least that much. Right? So let's see, where can we... you know what, we can get through here. I'm pretty sure. Let's see. This will be the tighter turn. Yeah, we can... Right, and then you are going to come there. Yeah, we can't. We're going to need to zigzag over here, so let's delete up to that node right there. I kind of like to stay away further from the power lines if given the choice. So let's. Yeah, let's do something like this. Right. Yeah, a little wonky, but at least it keeps this clear for more trains. How does this line up with this? Not too bad at all, right? Like if there's a train track, we can get them through both. Like I said, I don't anticipate that many. I kind of overbuild it for like just this kind of situation, right? Like when it came to widening the whole thing, like you need to leave that extra room where you can do special stuff like this. So let's put in some signals just so we don't, even while we're doing construction, we don't mess things up. All right, that should isolate this a bit. That's good, because now we also, yeah, no, that'll be fine. So they'll come in here, they'll loop around, they'll kind of get in line with the rest of the trains, and then they'll shoot straight back out. They won't get it, like if we make this freight and all the other stuff coming in or out, or just whatever steel or whatever ends up going this way, you know, we just won't be interfering. Good. And then we'll have to just electrify all of that, of course. So let's come here. Let's turn off the wireframe. Oops. Tried to turn off the wireframe, but I missed. Good. Yeah. All right. So that means, maybe not so good. Yeah, those guys should be able to go around, but now we have another thing happening here, don't we? Yeah, we'll play time. Oh, we're down to 1 million. Let's not play time for a minute. So let's finish this up. 1, 2, 3. I don't even know if you have to go 3. Oh, angle is too. Oh, okay. You know what? It doesn't like. That's what they're talking about. With the angle is too sharp. 1, 2, 3. I think that's kind of straight. Not really. One, two. Yeah, that should be. All right, are you at least slightly straight? Yes, you are. Right, what do you think? That way we're not interfering with traffic either which way. Let's commit to that. And yeah, let's get this guy working on either. Oops. Get him working on that end. This guy's really going to be. Uh-oh. What's going on with him? Oh, no power. No. What's going on? Yeah, no power. Yeah. Okay. About that. This. All right, let's purchase that with dollars. Yeah, I like doing that, don't I? That keeps you guys on your toes so that you have something to tell me about that I did wrong. Not that you guys aren't bad. I appreciate it when you do tell me what I did wrong, but usually I do anyway. Not, you know, like, I guess it depends on the day of the week, but I always do appreciate it in the long run. A lot of times what happens though is I figured out what was wrong. Like, you know, you guys may have noticed that I did that in the last episode, and then I figure it out when I'm recording this episode, but by the time I see your comment, I already knew that happened. But no, keep them coming. I do appreciate it, because you guys have saved some heartache a few times, you know. Okay, so there we go. So anyway, what I was going to do is, let's real quick, we're getting down to that magic million that I was talking about earlier. Yeah, let's get you paving that. You know what, you might as well, oh, this doesn't connect. Yeah, we're going to have to go down there, and we're going to cut off our other steel mill here. That should be, yeah, purchase, cancel. And let's just go over here and take a look at our economy real quick. And yeah, we're buying food, which I expect to do over in Neuve Revergrad. Meat, clothes. But if we look at last month as probably a good gauge, you know, like, we just cut out $1.5 million of our expense out of a total of 2.5 or 2.2 million. So, not counting the whatever we're getting from. What are we getting from? Yeah, a few little things here. I think these are from like slight inefficiencies, which we're working on diligently, right? Like, in other words, you know, we're working on getting this distribution done. We've talked about, you know, we got a whole nother rail line coming down, so we can eventually get, you know, a whole rail bridge here, so we can get in here and build a another distribution center, and eventually we can make our big rail loop. Yeah, and then as far as the distribution for Nueve Revergrad is I want to put it back here, so now we have at least power planned to back here, right? So let's keep a close eye on that. Yeah, we're speaking of close eye. Let's make sure the oil train, she's a rolling. Yeah, let's see, where are you? Good, you're headed to Molna with some of that. Good, so you should get there. Let's see where you're out. Actually, okay, good. I can see you're up by Lumbriska. Look at that guy tooling right across the railroad tracks. Be careful, man. The train coming through. Yeah, so this guy will get us a good chunk of change. What is he worth? 1.5 million. Yeah, so I think I can breathe. Nothing in his way, right? Yeah, good. Are we done this? We just don't have this track here electrified, which is... Yeah, well, once our money, woes are fixed, let's worry about that. Now, do we have any other traffic jams? Because we kind of need to keep them clear with only 1 million. Our pants aren't going to catch on fire if we get below 1 million. But what do you? Oh, see, they're waiting. Yeah, because that guy's on the... That's okay. I don't mind if they take their time. We don't have that much steel anyway. Yep, and this guy's in here building that. Good. So we don't have any massive traffic jams. There you go. He made it to us. Yep. Yeah, that's a nice chunk of change. And we are exporting like other things as well. So that's as this guy drains off, that should get us. Yeah, there we go. Nice. All right. Out of the really scary zone. How are you doing? Now you're still. He only really has these two rather long power lines to build, but that's good. We're getting that done. Yeah, so I think the next thing to do is just sort of real quick, plop down some housing. I sort of want to keep them isolated, like see how these neighborhoods really aren't attached. And, I think we build some houses here and some here, and I think we keep them in range of this... what do you call it? This power station, and also keep them where they can easily get to the train stations, right? Probably do something similar to what we did here, and now we learned our lesson about how far the power goes. We won't build houses there. So what I'd like to do, I think, is not have any road connection over here, right? So that means let's go and make a footpath, like. Let's make sure we can attach that. Footpaths are awful friendly. And then we're going to do the same thing over to here, right? Kind of. Oop. No, you won't. Really? Let's just delete the end here. Bend you around a little bit extra so that you're happy. There we go. All right, so that'll get them to where they can go to either thing. Now the other thing, you know what? It's not going to hurt if we had like a situation like this, right? Where we can get like to and from, like, well, I don't care about the firehouse so much, like the schools, right? So like if we we'll do that. Rather you do. I don't think that's going to be overly attractive, but I'm okay with that. Right, so now we can get, like, if anybody here wants to go to this school, we probably have to put another school or something, or at least a kindergarten further away. We'll see. Let's see how many roads and houses we get in here. And so this will probably come further this way. And let me put on the wire frame so we can kind of get a... Yeah, we might want to stay away from here anyway. Maybe we put another kindergarten up here. This is the kindergarten here. We also need to get the road. So let's build a house, or 10. Yeah, we got the brick flats. I don't think it matters too much. We're producing everything, right? You know, the brick flats quality. I don't really know what the quality does. Maybe it means they consume less power, right? Because this is... Yeah, let's just go with these. I don't think we have such a massive... You know, let's just put them as close to that... Yeah, let's turn it with the... somebody made a comment. Well, you guys made a couple comments about the video and on the tutorial. And they said about the control fine-tuning. Yeah, it was not my intention to... Okay, here I want to do something else. Even though we're not going to have a road, I do want to get a footpath through here. Right? Because I mean, there will be a road like right over here, so I want to make sure that people can get like through here. But anyway, yeah, I didn't mean to teach everybody everything you ever needed to know. I just wanted to give like a really new player some confidence in the game. So yeah, when it comes to, you know, the control, that would have been a nice thing to mention. If it comes to just so you guys know, you don't need to build a hospital. Like, I have towns here. This town has no hospital. Everybody's perfectly happy. Yeah, they die a little bit sooner, but they reproduce way faster than they die. Hospitals are really unnecessary at this point. And also, sports is really not necessary, right? If you have a pub and the shopping, that's all you need. And education and power. But you don't need sports. Like, they will stay happy enough. They may not get to maximum happiness, but they can complain about several of these things and it's not a problem. Like, it's just not. Like, in other words, they won't get so unhappy that they escape. Now, again, circumstances may vary, right? Like, you know, if you've got other things going on where they can't get to things, you know, you're certainly better off giving them everything they can get. But you know, if you're just getting started, you don't have to build all those things unless you're in the really hard mode too. So that's, you know, in other words, situations may vary, but as a general statement, you don't need sports. You don't need a hospital. If you have, you know, it's just you have to keep them happy enough. Does that make sense? Let's put in more houses. So I wasn't trying to teach the new person all the stuff. Plus, I don't like when a tutorial teaches me everything, right? Like, to me, you know, I kind of like it when... Sorry, let me focus on that, because I was thinking about what's behind me. Do we put another house in? Yeah, how about what if we put another house... Like, yeah, how about at the end of the road? And then, you know, there was another comment from Radomir that was about, you know, the blank map not being harder if you impose... Like, I wasn't trying to impose separate rules. Yeah, you can definitely make your play experience much more difficult by changing the rules, so to speak. There we go. What do you guys think of that? So let's take a road now. But I wasn't getting into all of that, if you know what I mean. Yeah, this road should really be maybe a paved road. You know what's really annoying me? I'm going to real carefully do some of that with the regular tool. Yeah, I think right straight down here. Yeah, you know what? We're going to go like right straight, and then at the end we'll do a little jag. Yeah, I probably shouldn't attach all of these, but the next ones are going to attach anyway. So we're going to do the same thing with another road. Now, I don't know if this is going to be enough people, but it's going to be enough people to get us started, right? So let's get it spun around here. Yeah, it's definitely going to be enough people to get us started. Oh, that's right. We need to get. Let's get our footpath through here, right? So a footpath attached to here, and then we'll have it come out this way further. Let's make it a little shorter than I did last time so it doesn't cause problems. Alright. Now these guys don't really need much in the way of footpaths here, just because they're, you know, they'll be able to walk down the road and get to the train station pretty easily. There, I think that should all be within the power zone. Oh, you know what? I even had this line here, I think was like the power zone. So yeah, this guy will attach, that guy will attach. The question is, can I get another one in? Oh yeah. Yeah, is that even with that guy? Yeah, and this guy can just be sort of like this. You want to do it for me? Right, and then we'll bring, yeah, we need the road to come through, and I guess it doesn't matter too much. I can come like this, right? Yeah, nice. You know what I'm going to do though? Come this way, and then from like say here, that's not really what I wanted. Like the swinging out like that. Let's oh, that's not the right kind of road. That's right, we can upgrade it. These should be the fancy roads. And then that's not a road. Yeah, so let's delete this. Right. Now the thing I could do is just delete these roads. I don't know if I feel like it. Now another question would be, yeah, I definitely, some of these people are going to this school. I don't think this school is necessarily enough. So what I'm thinking of doing here is, let's see, let's go over to, like, I think if we put another elementary school like over here, yeah, let's keep it close to the bridge so I know I can get the road connected, right? And then a kindergarten, will you fit? Please fit. Okay, like that. Yep, that's exactly what I was picturing happening, more or less. Yeah, and then let's go ahead with, question here would be, would we ever go further this way with housing? No. If we need more housing, we will build over on this side of town, right? So what I'm picturing, just so you guys know, is that I know that this may not be enough sheer number of people, but at the same time, you know, it's all good. Like we could build more other places and then ship them in as well, if we even really feel like we need to. We might just be overkilling the living heck out of it. So let's now this, you know what, that's just a little bit bent in that way. I'm just noticing how much room do we need to do the same. Oops, did I just delete? So we're going to build another one of these walkie roads and just kind of keep it nice and straight. Right, and then we should have enough room to do the same. I know it gets a little boring with the same houses, but in this section of town, we'll get the nice houses, highest quality. Even if we may even eventually click the right button, right? Brick flats. Yeah. Let's go a little closer. You still attach here, yes. As close to that one as you can. Bam. these. I want to leave enough room for a walking path again. That's roads. Yeah, so we're going to come like this, say. Okay, good to know. I think this line here designates the edge of where power would connect. So let's go back and make sure this guy even looks like he would connect to power. Yes. Now how about over here? Ooh, 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 ooh. A little closer. Yes. Yeah, but I think that's what that line meant. Now, will this guy attach to power? Oh, look at that. Nice. Oops. I had it, then I wiggled. All right, so let's get these lined up a little bit anyway. I kind of wish that the outlining was a little more in line with that green boxes. You know, like sometimes it's really hard to see if you're lined up that well, right? Okay, so now, will this guy attach? Yes, actually, look at that. Oh, but it wouldn't if there was a road like we have over there, but it would attach here. So let's just, oh, but you know what? I can't get a road in. That's enough. Right? Well, it's a little disappointing. Yeah, if we get rid of this guy, now the question is, can these people get to the school? Well, we're going to have to hope so. I mean, it's not that far away. It might be better here, but it would definitely be better. Let's see what we can do. We could probably get a footpath that'll cut off some of the distance, but let's just leave it like this for now, right? Like if we need to expand into further. Yeah, see, the dilemma I'm having is if I delete this house and put 2 here. Yeah, that does make sense, doesn't it? Yeah, I guess we can get 2 there. So let's take a road first. And then the other thing that does is we might even end up having to put something else in, right? So let's keep the road. Yeah, and then let's just go from like here close to that way as I can. And yeah, I'm going to do like this number. Alright, and then let's delete this. And then let's come to here and get 2 more flats in there, I hope. You know what, let's get you over this way in line with these other ones. Nah, there's no fitting anything except for maybe a footpath through there. Yeah, so that makes sense. Like, here's what I'm thinking of is you usually overload these kindergartens more quickly than you even do the schools. Can we get, oh, please, oh, wait, you know what? Let's go back to the road tool so I don't delete anything I don't want to. I think I can get a kindergarten in here. Yep, let's do it. Right? Because they're usually, you know, even more than the schools. Now, the other thing is if we're really pressed, well, we'll see. Can we get a school in here? Yeah, you know what? This is better. Right, let's get rid of this. I know it doesn't seem like, but it's the difference in the walking distance, right? Like that's going to be a lot closer. In addition, we can attach it up to this walkway, so I think that's going to be the difference between them getting here and not, just via walking. And then what that tells me, let's do the deleting tool with the roads. What I'm thinking of is, why don't we throw a little bit of sports up here, right? Just because, yeah, just because we can. And what I want to do, let's get this, let's put a road in first, or a footpath. Yeah, the footpath. Will you go that way? Yeah, you would. Yeah, let's do that. What is... Well, that's the other side of this building. Yeah, so now let's go back and get... Not education. Not that. We want the tennis court. Yeah, see what I'm thinking of is, and then let's go back again. And we'll do like a... yeah, we don't... Well, we want that road. Yeah, the road's fine, but I can't really attach to the end of it like I just wanted to. Here's my question. Can we get... I mean, that could probably be a little bit closer. Can we get another, like a football field in here? Yes. Right? And then, just out of curiosity, can we get another footpath? Here. Oh. Yeah, we can get it there anyway. No, go past there. Right? And if that won't attach, it's just because we need to lean it back a little bit. And then that will attach. Alright, so there we go. So people should be able to get to said football field every which way. And they're not... Oh, can we get... Oh yeah, look at that. We can even do that number. So that way... And then this should probably be upgraded to like a walking street. Like a... It's just a regular paved road. Well, this part. See what I mean? Like we need to... If we can get it up to one of these with the street lights, at least through this little section, I think that'll be good. And then, yeah, we're going to add some more walking paths and whatnot where we think we need them. Because we might want to get, like, this guy, yeah, this road here. Just delete that. Can I get a footpath off of you? Yeah. You probably would attach it. But we'll get into the footpaths later. And we might want to consider, because what I've noticed is, you know, their need to come down here for sports is like overflowing these things. The cinema is true. Well, see, look, the cinema is catching up. So, but from every time I look, it's like there's just not enough there. And again, sports isn't the most critical, but, and by the way, when I don't put a sports thing in my beginning town, that is not at all to say you shouldn't put a sports thing in. You know, it's good to keep them as happy as possible. If they fall short on the sports, and see, that's sort of the point, right? They're really not getting enough sports, but they're still not so unhappy that they won't leave. Now, what that may lead them to do more, depending on what they can get to first, is it may lead them to drink more, right? And then they can become alcoholics and shorten their lifespan. So you do want to get them doing sports instead of alcohol, even though in real life I think the two go hand in hand, at least in most countries. At least in my country. All right, well, there we go. So we got a whole new plan. I think we're a little bit short on the episode as far as time. So let's go. Look, we're hovering around 2 million. That's better than nothing, right? Now, how about over here? Can you? Okay, so you're just getting assigned. You're getting done what, this road? So that's good. You're getting that bridge done. Now what about this? Yeah, we're ready to work on this. Even though you're not really suited. Oh, you're doing footpaths. Okay, we'll keep doing footpaths now. Oh yeah, you're going to start working on. That's fine. I don't know that I care what this guy works on too much. I want to get these two guys though. Working on this bridge. Oh, where did it go? Yeah, you might as well work on it from the back side. And I want you to work on this one from the front side. Alright, so the good news is they can go this way, right? When they want to go in and out. Alright, let's see what other catastrophes. But there we go, we got more housing. And we could jam it up even more if we decide to run more electric over here. But enough's enough. Like I said, we got this whole other side of town here that I can level out some more and, you know, picture this width of houses over here. And in addition, as things calm down and we kind of know what our in and outs are, like now we know what we're doing here for sure. You know, there's this whole space here that we could put a lot more housing potentially, right? But we're gonna have to get them in and out of here a little bit different, I think. But we'll see. Let's play it by ear. See what gets maxed out and what doesn't. Now, just out of curiosity, how many? 226, and we got 1, 2, 3, 10. Not 226. 126. Got like 17 houses. So what is? How many does this hold? Oh, that's not. It holds like 189, doesn't it? Or 162. So 17 times 162. 2,700. That's a good chunk of what we need. It's not everybody, but like I said, I'm kind of picturing getting more of the people from over here, right? So we build some more houses over this way, and then we supplement that. And this, by the way, is also where, in the long run, if we switch things around, this would be where I would want to take people and get rid of Electrical Town, potentially, right? No real plan to do that, but if we did, like in a sense, you move those people over here and then just train them into here, right? Be away from the pollution, and then you could expand, you know, like your electronic stuff, like down into this area, or electrical components at least. And probably even your electronics, right? But for now, we're going to leave well enough alone. And there's, yeah, well, that's just one step at a time before we. That's the end game, kind of removing towns and moving them to other places, kind of thing. But this was always just a potentially semi-temporary construction town, right? And now it happens to be building electronics as well. But the main reason I built it there was because of this construction crew right there, or right there. You get the idea. All right, let's take a real quick look around, see how we're doing. We got our construction offices. Yeah, usually what I do is just click on like this. This guy is redoing roads over in this area. Yep, and he's still just doing those two. I did get him doing stuff up here just for the sake of, you know, just kind of getting him working on as much as he can. Yeah, he's still doing that one. He's building is without power supply. They don't need power supply. Yeah, see, he's just kind of slow. Well, he did get all the way up here paved. That's good. Yeah, we want all of it paved eventually. So I'm not too concerned with what he's doing exactly. Another thing to do is to check the two Detroit ones. So I went too far. Like I usually check this guy. So yeah, Detroit's not constructing anything. So the truth of the matter is that he can't. Oh wait, he can do this. Yeah, that's the big thing that he can do. Now, can he get in here? Yeah, he can do our refrigerator. You might as well do that. And you know what? You might as well do this too, because you're not doing anything else. So now, as far as this guy's concerned, what happens with him, and he's a little bit more tricky. One of the things you need to do is find out where since it's been so long since we looked. Okay, so that's this track right here, which is good, number 3, right? But that means that this guy is on the right-hand track, so we need to find the other train to do something on the left-hand track, right? So he'll go in there. So that means, yeah, this guy got that done. So that's good. So all of this is not electrified, but it's all track laid. And then what will happen too is once we get these buildings built, I can build the other directions, right? Like they can go through the building, come back out and go there. So good. So we'll get this worked on next. And then same thing with here, but it's a little bit easier. At this point, they need to go down either one of these two tracks. So I think I'll just get the next one here and the next one there, right? So in other words, it's, yeah, they just need to go down either or. There we go. So we got them working. Look, we're up to 3 million. Yep. Good. This guy, yep, we're still making ore. He's still there. How was our bitumen and our... Good. Yeah, we're in good shape. Like, you know, means our this tank and that tank are probably well enough for... Yep. Then when the train keeps exporting, I think, yeah, we'll be in good shape as far as that train exporting there goes. Now this guy, he may be done. Yeah, this one may be done, or he can start electrifying. But I'm not going to. Electrifying is so boring. Oh, you know what? He can. What's going on here? Oh, the other guy is working on it. Maybe. You know, you can still go do it. Yeah, see, we're working on that one. Now let's make... what's going on? Oh, you guys are waiting for him to cross. So this guy... This is where we're really kind of awkward. We really need to get more constructed in here before we can really even work on this. And there's not that many rails. Yeah, see, this guy... This is a little bit the negative of... Yeah, let's get over here. So we can start working on that. And really we can... Yeah, well, it's not even a matter of working on that. So we got one more road. I'm just trying to get all the roads done over here first. And then what I could do is take that mixer out of the works, right? And just sort of convert them over to... Yeah, good. We got this bridge done, so we can get in here better and start working on all these. Yeah, he could actually... Yeah, you could work on this, couldn't you? Well, let's focus on the roads. And then what we have is this guy. Yeah, what is this? Okay, so you're not quite done that track there. See, the problem with this guy is that all of these tracks are kind of coming in and going this way, right? So all of the tracks that still need to be built are coming in on the other, like the one way. So it's hard to get two trains into here unless one of these things is completed. But again, it's not that urgent, right? So we'll just keep plugging away. I'll reassign a train. Now the other question would be, see this, the problem is, see this guy's coming in on this track, right? Which is this track. So yeah, this guy should be able to, well, let's hope this doesn't cause a problem. We'll just see what happens. I'll keep my eye on it between the episodes, hopefully. All right, so that he can start building on this track. Now, what I do want to do, where's halfway? This is about halfway. Let's just put a signal so that they can both work on it at the same time a little bit more. I wasn't worried when there was just, it was actually slowing things down nicely. Yeah, so as far as what this guy can do we want to cut off that? I don't want to cut off right at the end of an episode this, right? But I want to get this electrified, and then I can, then we have an electric track the whole way there. And we can discuss what we do with the fact that we have two tracks there. So we'll deal with that maybe in the beginning of the next episode. All right, what else? Yeah, okay, good. You're done those power lines, and what are you working on? You guys are pretty much stuck in the mud too, aren't you? And there's really not that much to do down this way at this point. You know what? We could get... Did we get this guy assigned? No. This guy should be able to... Oh. He can't really... Oh, yeah, he could get there, couldn't he? Or no, can he? No, we really can't get there. Well, let's see. Yeah, he can get to there. But he can't get to here. Yeah. Well, let's go see, because he could build his way in and then go looping around, right? Or I could attach it up this way. So that would be this track. I'd need to attach up, right? It switches over. So yeah, this track is this one to the right. Yeah, let's just do that. 'Cause this is all two-way and oh, you know what though? No, you know what? Cancel that.